The research that we are doing here at Cosmos, which is a collaboratorium for social media and online behavioral studies, we have been looking at several types of projects that fundamentally investigate the human behaviors that manifest on cyber platforms, and these behaviors could range from the good, bad, and the ugly. So we talk about, or we look at behaviors like how data from social media websites can be used to advance our urban planning or health behaviors, but also look at how social media platforms can be used or have been used in staging protests, social movements against autocratic regimes and repressed voices, whether it is in the autocratic regimes or marginalized communities. But we've also seen more recently how social media platforms have been used by extremists and terrorists in radicalization and recruitment, and also propagandists to further their agenda, to spread misinformation or disinformation against the West, against US in different parts of the world. So it's a whole gamut of behavior that we have been looking at in our research. And the last decade, we have been looking at various types of behaviors. We have published 10 books and over 200 research publications, many of whom have received Best Paper awards, and they're all student-authored publications. So I'm extremely fortunate to have smart and talented students who are driven to work in this field. And I also would like to add that this is an ever-evolving field, because as we see new types of platforms, new types of behaviors that present new challenges and also bring new opportunities for us to look carefully what is going on and help our decision makers in different parts of the domains, whether they are the policymakers or in the practice world or industries, how they can benefit from all the research that we are doing. So we have worked with a number of organizations across the world and also in Arkansas. More recently, we have partnered with the Arkansas Office of the Attorney General. We have helped them track different types of conspiracy theories, misinformation against the COVID-19. Some of these are really wacky conspiracy theories, so we have developed a database that captures many of these misinformation through our effort. Those misinformation have been reported to the AG's office, and also we have conducted systematic investigations in many of the conspiracy theories or scams that were reported to the AG's office, and weekly reportings have been shared with the office. Furthermore, in our effort, we also want to make sure that education is a key component. So on the database and the application that we have developed, we also share tips to identify misinformation by the individuals themselves, and they can also use our platform to report any type of conspiracy theories. Aside from working with the AG's office, we have also worked with several organizations, defense organizations such as the US Department of Defense, European defense agencies, as well as big alliances like NATO. And now we have begun to apply our work in different regions of the world, who we are working with closely to examine the type of misinformation campaigns that are going on in that region and how that is affecting the US's strategic initiatives, and how we can rebuild the trust in democracies and the various scientific institutions. The research that we are doing, and I would like to say that the STEM fields would benefit a lot if we try and make the education more research driven, because the way we are seeing the research space expanding, we have to make sure that our students get exposure to the cutting edge research, so that we can train them as next generation workforce who can develop innovative solutions that are fueled by big data, that are fueled by theories that have been there. So it is important that we give our students that type of an exposure. Research has to be the fundamental principle in innovation. So if you consider innovation as a train, research is the engine for that train.